This truly is a defining time, a time of incredible challenge for this country, the planet, and for our faith. I don't believe that we can fully know what the next 4 or 6 years are going to hold for our lives. So to this time, what we need more than anything is spiritually grounded, relationship-focused leadership. To the presidency, I bring leadership that has been forged in defining times. 9 years ago, when I accepted the call to the UU congregation of Phoenix, I knew that immigrant rights would be a part of our justice work. What I didn't know was that I was about to walk into the epicenter of a national crisis. When Arizona passed SB 1070, the most punitive anti-immigrant law that spread national through copycat legislation, I called on Unitarian Universalists to come to Phoenix and to fortify a movement led by young, undocumented immigrants of color. And you came. Over 2 years, thousands and thousands of Unitarian Universalists came to Phoenix, from shutting down jails to the federal courts to get out the vote efforts. We were engaged in supporting that movement. And you know what? Today, Sheriff Arpaio is not the sheriff in Maricopa County. And today, Tent City is closing. Yes. And workplace raids by local law enforcement have stopped. Clear and measurable impacts. We showed up like no other faith community showed up. And that is because we are a people of faith, and our faith is love. And we do the work of justice because we understand, like Cornel West says, that justice is what love looks like in public. But that whole crisis also divided us as a UUA over the question of whether or not to boycott Phoenix. And in that moment, I learned a tremendous amount. I wasn't perfect, but I listened. And I built coalitions and worked across the table to create a collective vision for how we might show up powerfully and effectively in Phoenix. I knew that Phoenix would be the harder road, but I believed that it would show us another way of living our faith beyond business as usual to faithful spiritual leadership grounded in partnership and organized for impact. And when I worked for the UUA on that, because I worked for the UUA to make Justice GA happen, there were so many times when politics threatened to negotiate mission right out of the room. And to that, I brought strategic clarity around our vision so we would stay true to it. And it brought out the best in us. In times like the ones we face today, it is not better management we need. It is prophetic spiritual leadership and moral courage and boldness to articulate and partner around the values of our faith. And we need leadership that is prepared for defining, challenging times, because when leadership's not prepared, it can buckle. Now more than ever, we need to be a bold and prophetic spiritual movement for love and justice. For what we face today is not a political crisis and it's not an economic crisis. It is those two things, but more importantly, it's a moral crisis. It's a failure and denial of compassion and humanity, and how that could lead us forward into a new way in this time. To this moment, we must bring the fullest and clearest and strongest expression of the love and the moral vision at the heart of Unitarian Universalism. That love, it guided our path to Phoenix, and it holds lessons for us today. We have been readying for this time. Let's do it.